All right, so yesterday was absolutely insane. I'm in between like 10 and 15 or 10 and 20 drafts now, but yesterday was by far one of the coolest drafts I've ever done. What we ended up doing was a draft of 8 people. The buy-in was $150, and we all had 4 packs of Modern Horizons 2 collector's packs, which run for about $40. So we had the option, if we opened it, to buy the pack. There were 4 extra packs, so if you opened the pack and you saw something good, you could just buy the pack, and then we would replace it and continue drafting. And so all 4 packs ended up being bought. Some of the things that were opened were insane. I actually bought the first pack that I opened, and I'll show what was in that really quick. I just want to say that I was extremely lucky in all aspects, in drafting, in my pulls, gameplay, even the prize, some of the prize packs that I'll be showing that I opened had insane cards. Yeah, very lucky day. I ended up winning, so I'm gonna go over my deck and kind of go over some of the slight format changes. So since it was 4 packs, we had to run 50 cards, and I did the math, and so I think 21 is right. So I ran 21. I was doing a red-black discard madness type thing, and some of the differences in the draft were, so 50 cards, and you get a free mulligan if you have all lands or no lands, and then if you don't, you just mulligan and it's a scry. So that was basically it. It was insane. Just imagine 8 people opening collector's packs at once. I mean, these packs, I didn't know. I had opened a couple before, but so let me just show. So start off the draft, I open up this pack, and it has these 3 cards in it. So we have a foil showcase, Urza Saga, a subtlety, and a Verdant Catacombs borderless, I guess. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this because it's worth more than what the pack is. So I bought that, and what I ended up seeing happening was some of the people were opening, like, for instance, the Shopkeep, and no, it's not rigged because I saw him handing them out. They opened it sealed, and we got to choose. But he did open the borderless foil monkey. So that's like a $200 card. Within that same pack came a fetch land, old school, like this one, I think. Borderless, or no, yeah, it's old school. I don't have one. And another rare. So that pack was like over $200. So he bought that one, and then the other 2 ended up being bought as well. Those packs are just crazy. So we did a draft with it. The draft was a little different because you have to kind of say, all right, am I drafting for value or am I drafting to win? I was kind of drafting to win, but at the same time, I wanted to see, what cards had value, what colors were open. So it was weird because the colors, as they're being passed, a lot of people were drafting for value, so you couldn't really tell what colors were open. It was just constantly changing. But early off the bat, I had some cards where I wanted to run Madness or Black-White Reanimate. So I think in the second pack, I realized that white was not open, and I found out later that person to my left, or 2 people to my left, and person to my right was drafting white. So I pivoted from Black-White to Black-Red Madness discard. And then so I'll go over kind of what I played, how I won, the opponents I played, and then I'm probably gonna open this at the end. I'll show some of the winnings. But my whole idea was to get this guy out into play early, kind of sneak him out into into the battlefield from the graveyard. I actually passed on another one of these. I think it could have been better with 2. And I also was running 2 of these, but I needed the cookbook. And it's funny because the guy to my right was talking, and I was kind of looking at my pack, and I heard him say cookbook, and he said that he didn't have the cookbook, and he was deciding on whether he wanted to take it. And in my mind, I'm like, don't take it, don't take it, don't take it. But I heard him say, yeah, I'm just gonna take the cookbook. And I never saw another cookbook, so that was my only chance to get it. I still ended up running these anyways because they're 3/3s for like 1, and you discard if you discard, and all I'm doing is discarding. But yeah, the idea was if I had the cookbook, I think this deck would have been nuts. But this, so cheating this into play is just crazy. I actually got this in on turn 3, I think, one game, and then I just got it in outright on another game. But yeah, so the combo, where is it? Let's see, it's a 2-drop. Oh, here's one of them. Oh, here it is. All right, so ideally, you open these 3 cards in your hand. We have a discard a card, draw a card with rebound, return target non-legendary creature card from your graveyard with a -1/-1, and then the Archon. So play this turn 2. You discard the Archon, and then you return them. And I got to do that once, which was pretty cool. And I mean, it's just like, unless you have a way to remove this, it's pretty much game. And then I had some other ways of getting him in. I had another return creature. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, here's another way that I was trying to get the Archon into the graveyard in hopes that I pull the Persist or just something else. Don't see it. I thought I had another card that returned from the graveyard, but yeah, so I had my removals. I had Destroy Artifact. I had 2 Dams. And then I was running a Madness, Destroy Target Creature. This card here ended up helping me a lot, and it ended up helping me to kick it as well. So I ended up losing the very first game, and it's best of 3. The very first game I was playing blue-white, and he had, I think he had 2 Timeless Dragons, a Dermataxi, and he had Inevitable Betrayal, which lets you search my graveyard for a card, put it onto the battlefield. So there's one aspect where I got lucky, because if he draws that and puts this on, if I don't have removal, I was running a lot of removal, but if I don't, then I'm kind of done. So I got lucky there. I also got lucky because the first game I lost because of the Timeless Dragon. I just didn't have a way to get rid of it. I was running 2 flying Madness Hastes, but I don't think I drew them. But so when I drew this, or when I played this kicked, I got to discard 2 of his cards. I think this was game 2 maybe, and at random, and I discarded his Timeless Dragon, or one of them. So I got lucky there. I lost the first game just with no answers for that Timeless Dragon. But I ended up winning the next 2. And then my second opponent was playing some Bloodhounds. He was making a lot of clues. He was playing a Shadow Agent, which was cascading a lot of things. And then some Crabs. And he got a lot of creatures on board. And at one point, I think we were at a stalemate where I was just kind of waiting. I had some Death Touch Where's my death touch? I had a couple death touch in here for anything big on the ground. He did have a 6/6 trampler. So I had my death touch. I think I had another one. Did not. Oh, and I was running an exile. And this one exiles creature or planeswalker. I didn't know if I was going to see planeswalkers. I ended up seeing planeswalkers in the third match. Where is my... I guess this is the only death touch. Oh, here's my other death touch. Yeah, so this was a great card. Death touch, and then search your library for a card, put it into the graveyard, shuffle. So death touch. This one kind of helped me with the -1/-1. Since it's best of 3, you kind of know on game 2, if you go to game 2, what to say for the -1/-1. For instance, my second match, there was Thopters being played, so I could just name Thopter with this and they wouldn't be able to come in. Thopter tokens. So yeah, the second match, we went to stalemate I think on the first game pretty quick, and then I ended up actually just playing this one outright. I had enough mana to just play it, and then it was, oh, I think he so shinied it actually, and then I ended up just kind of destroying things with my removal, and then just getting in with all my creatures. Back to the first game, when I kind of didn't have anything going for me, I had this, kind of just doing things. So I was constantly dealing him 2 damage while discarding things, trying to get madness, but I think I should have probably had more, like maybe a card draw of some sort. I didn't ever really get stuck on cards until that match, but this ended up saving me. So I won games 2 and 3 of the first match. Game 2, I won 2-0 against the white, blue, green. And then game 3, he was running Urza Saga and Shadow Slayer, and then he was doing some things with squirrels. So game 1, he did end up playing. So I played my exile target opponent or target creature or planeswalker, and immediately after that he plays Shadow Slayer with 6 loyalty counters on it, and he goes to -3/-3, exiles something, and then I think at that point I had enough creatures on board to just swing with all, and he could have blocked with a squirrel, but he chose not to. So it took that out, and then I think I ended up just getting enough creatures and he was kind of stuck. But on our second game, he had to mulligan down to 5, and just I ended up like hasting this in for madness. I drew this. I hasted this guy in. I put this in, and he was mulliganing on 5, so I mean, I had this in play, I had this in play, I had this in play, and something else, but it was just too much, too quick. I think it was turn 4, and I got to take the win. So I won the tournament. There's a lot of cool prize stuff that I want to show, and then I'm probably gonna open this fat pack. I was extremely lucky last night. I want to see if the luck carries over to today. Here's another card I was playing. Just lets you discard a card, deal X damage. That kind of helped with the 1/1s or just going straight to face. Yeah, really the only thing that I would say I would change is, yeah, having that cookbook would have been nuts. Having the cookbook and then maybe 2 of these. But these were strong enough just to play alone because I was discarding, so you get to pay them for 1 and they're 3/3s, so 3/3 for 1 is not bad. Can't say the name of it, but yeah, I think after I lost the first game, I wasn't really sure, but I think I just had a bad draw. I ended up getting to play this one once. This was pretty good, so suspending it for 2. 7/5 trample that ended up doing some work. But yeah, ended up with the win. It was a lot of fun. It was just crazy what people were opening. Like the packs sometimes had multiple fetch lands. Everything was foil. Like if you look at this is just the set or the deck that I played with. Like these, and this wasn't me drafting for value. These were the cards that I was taking just to like kind of try to win. And like these are just all foils, all like old school backgrounds. I mean, it was just crazy. So I went over the pack that I opened first. So I won the tournament. So let's go over some of the things that I won and how I got lucky there as well. So he had it set up in a way where when you lost, you would go over and pick a pack from by the cashier. And so since I won, I got the last pack, and it was between me and the last guy, and it was between Battle Bonds and Strixhaven. And I'm like, come on, like, I know you're not gonna take Strixhaven. But yeah, so he gave me the Strixhaven. I opened the Strixhaven. Well, so I opened them in this order, or I let my girlfriend open the Modern Horizons 2. Kind of ironic that this was, I actually had this card. I drafted this card hoping to be black-white. Also another way to sneak that dragon in. And then I was thinking maybe I should go 3 colors and try to do this, but I left it simple with just the green or black-red. So we opened that pack first. That was one of the prize pool packs, Modern Horizons 2 pack. Then we had an Origins pack. We opened this. So that's a decent pull. Then we had a Time Spiral Remastered pack. We opened these. Where's the rare? So these are decent. This Merfolk I think is like $4. And then this is when it got crazy. So there was a Masters 25 pack as part of the prize pool, and I opened this one, which I had no idea the value, in a foil Red Elemental Blast. So this is $30 apparently, and then this is $20. So that was $50. So I got extremely lucky there. And then the winner got to get the last pack for the losers packs, and I got the Strixhaven. And after I'd opened all this stuff and realized how lucky I got, I was like, if I open a demonic tutor in this, life is not real. I'm in the Matrix or something. But I got close, so I opened this, the Teferi's Protection, and I actually don't have this card. So my luck was just insane. Some other cool things that were in the prize pool. This is really dope. So this was signed by the artist, and what he did was so this is like, these little gold coins are etched onto the card. So I don't know if you could see it, but this is like painted on, I think. Yeah, and signed by the artist of the card. I think that's what he said. So this is really cool. Then we got some singles here. So this is a great card. I had never seen a gold border background, or a gold border, and he told me it's from one of the World Championships. So I'm not even sure what that's worth. This is pretty good. This actually would have played kind of well in my deck that I just explained, with my creature that gets a +1/+1 each time they discard, and then just a counter spell for 2, and then this enchantment, not disenchantment, And then we had the Worldly Tutor was also given, and I'd never seen this symbol before. But this card's dope. It's just a tutor for one, worth a decent amount of money. And then we had some other cool things. There was a Star Wars coin. I sold that to someone at the shop because I'm not really a big Star Wars fan. We got this coin. I'm not sure what it's worth yet. We got a Doge coin. Thought that was hilarious. We got some of these old school packs of things. I think I'm just gonna leave these. And then we have this giant Planeswalker card. So this is pretty interesting. Yeah, I never seen this before. Yeah, so those are my winnings. All in all, the cards were, I mean, I've walked away with worth well over what I paid for everything. So it was a great experience, a lot of fun. A lot of cool cards. A lot of the cards that I opened I had never seen, or some of the cards I had never seen. Like there was a mechanic called Dredge, and I didn't know what Dredge was, but that kind of worked for me because it was like if it's in your graveyard, you can mill a card and return something to your hand, I think. But yeah, just a lot of fun seeing all those packs being open. Like, what is it? Yeah, so everyone was opening 4, so it's like everyone's opening a ton of value in cards, and just kind of it was a strange draft because everyone's kind of showing their cards off. So they're like, hey, look at this, but it was pretty dope. Just some crazy openings. That borderless foil monkey was nuts. With the fetch land was just insane. But yeah, that was an experience. Had a lot of fun. Definitely enjoyed winning. Always like to win. But I want to see if my luck continues. So let's go ahead and open the fat pack now. I probably should have opened this last night because who knows, my luck's gonna continue, but we'll see. Oops. All right, let's do this. What are these? All right, here we go. All monkeys. Rift Sower, Foul Watcher, Gouge Sealet, Vermin Gorger, Landscape Kolos, Sojourner's Companion, Drossforge Bridge, Captured by Legax, Battle Golems, Chrome Courier, Marcus Acolyte, Specimen, Radiant, Necrogoyf. That would have been good with my creature that gets +1/+1. I wouldn't have played it though. Well, it had Madness. Let's see. I'm just gonna go straight to the rares. Pretty sure everyone knows these cards. Oh, there's the cookbook I needed. Sanctum Weaver. Not sure what that's worth. Cursed Totem. Okay, so double rare. Soul Talisman. Not sure the value on those. Don't think it's crazy. Yeah, for sure if I opened this last night, they're all monkeys. The cards just changed. They changed in the morning. Solitude, okay. I think that's worth something. think another fetch land. Karth the Lion. Oh, yeah. My third opponent was running this, trying to search for his Planeswalker. That's another way I got lucky, is he played this, and he didn't find his Shadow Slayer. Grist. There we go. I don't think that's worth anything, but kind of cool. Yeah, so real quick before I finish up, just a quick shout out to Kangaroo Tales. That's the shop that we played at. As you can see on this card here, Kangaroo Tales 2021 in Katy, Texas, High Rollers Tournament. Shout out to Kangaroo Tales for putting this on. A lot of fun. A lot of cool things were opened. This is Carly's favorite card. General Ferris Rockrick. Huh. I don't think I've seen that. Seems pretty good. All right. Yeah, I think my luck has run out. Oh, never mind. Cabal Coffers. Oh, also shout out to a couple of friends that I did a draft with the night before, just to we just did a regular Modern Horizons draft. I did horrible, didn't win a single game, but I talked with them, and they kind of gave me a few pointers and just kind of told me what to do, what not to do, and ended up helping, because I was a little rusty with these 50 mechanics. Like Dredge, I've never even seen Dredge. And it kind of got me back right before I played. There's the Timeless Dragon. So this is what my first opponent was running two of. Oh yeah, the Eternalize is what kind of took me out on the first game. Him bringing in the 4/4 Black Zombie. So it's kind of hard to get rid of that. And then another thing, because I was only running like 5 removals. All right, Monkey or Fetch? Or Bust? Maybe? Profane Tutor? Is that worth anything? That would have been great. Yeah, I'm not sure what these are worth, but all in all, a lot of fun. Would definitely do that again. That was just crazy. I think he would need, someone opened a really good pack when all the packs were gone, and unfortunately he couldn't buy it, so he had to pass it. And he was to my left and they were passing left, so that was unfortunate for me too, but yeah, man, I think he could have had another 3 more packs bought, possibly. But yeah, I'd definitely do that again. Shout out again to Kangaroo Tales and my buddies for helping me out the night before with a few tips. Had a lot of fun, glad I won. Got a little scared there on the first game, going 0-1, but ended up not losing a single game after that. Pretty cool deck. I think I might just leave it sleeved and leave this as a memory on top. Just leave it sleeved, because that was an experience. I don't think it's something you'll ever get to see unless you personally do it yourselves. It was just a lot of fun. Cool cards, Really fun deck. That deck was just like, you're not going to be running that deck in a regular Modern Horizons draft, obviously. But yeah, crazy, insane stuff. I loved the deck. Had a lot of fun. Took the win. And it was good times. So that's that.